Hi, welcome to Landscape of Mothers. I'm Jill Clifton, and today's Ask the Mothers question is I'm struggling with feeling a sense of peace where I currently am in my career. I've come so far, and in hindsight, I've accomplished so much, but I can never seem to take the time to pause and reflect on those accomplishments. Instead, I'm hyper focused on where I should or could be, and have a bad habit of comparing my little pay, my title or pay with those around me. I tend to constantly be looking ahead, having a hard time with rest and reflection on the now. How can I learn to pause at each significant phase of my life and take the time I deserve to rest, reflect, and find peace with where I currently am? Okay. I want to say this is an island mother thing. But in a lot of ways, the island mother depends on some of the other mothers, skills from the other mothers. So island mother is our awareness and our ability to be in touch with what's arising inside of us. And so island mother would say to this, instead of where you could or should be, where are you? And if you're happy here, that's fine. And if you're not happy here, then what would be the thing that's coming up for you that you would want to address or change or be with, to be more in alignment with where you are right now? So it sounds like life is there's ways that life is pretty good, and that there's a little bit of judging by somebody else's story or someone else's sense of how things should go. And so Island Mother would offer to find the inquiry in yourself for what you want your life to look like versus what feels like maybe a cultural dialogue, or maybe from parents about what they think life should look like at your age or stage or whatever. And so Island Mother would be offering maybe some solitude to find your own story, to find your own sense of accomplishment, your own desires for what you want your life to look like. I think that often our cultural dialogues are geared toward getting people into certain behaviors, and those behaviors sound like maybe they're actually not fulfilling for this person. And so this would be a reorientation. In order to get there, though, I think that there's some sun and moon mother work, there's some wind mother work, and maybe some desert mother work that would also be important. So sun and moon mother would ask to reorient toward the cycles and rhythms and soothing and sense of self that does feed you and make you feel fulfilled. Wind mother would be kind of about identifying those rubrics that we use on our own life, or those rules of like what should this look like. There's some pretty terrible rubrics out there about, like, moms having it all, or which means career and children and being able to kind of do everything. And so questioning those would be a wind mother project, which would look like getting clear on what they are. Like, what does it feel like life should look like right now? And where did those ideas come from? And Desert Mother would be setting some boundaries around what's fulfilling for you, what actually takes care of you, what's appropriate, given all of the details of your situation. And so Desert Mother would be setting some boundaries around, like, what's important to you and what isn't, what belongs to someone else and what is yours to live into. And then Island Mother would have enough room to start to say what's for me, what's mine, and what do I want to do with it. And so that whole series of mothers, that whole side of the wheel of sun and moon, wind, desert, island, is all really a self-inquiry space about trying to sort what are ideas that come from somewhere else and what are your own. And then island, mountain, and river would be about finding those places in which you can express those in your life so that you can start to anchor your life into the things that you want and value and find important. So I know it's a big question and a big answer, and I hope that gets somewhere. And if this only brings up more questions for you, please ask them. You can either do that by commenting below, or you can send me an email if you'd like to remain anonymous. All my questions are anonymous from my end, and so if you'd rather send me an email, you can do that at jill@jilldeneen.com and just put Ask the Mothers in the subject line. Thanks.